JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, alleged Witon gangster on trial shot dead. The number of defendants in the infamous Witon gang trial has been further whittled down to 27 after Andrew Smith, the sole accused in the matter was out on bail, was shot dead Wednesday night. Smith had been on bail from day one of the trial, which began in September last year with 33 alleged members of the notorious St. Catherine-based gang. That number, however, was reduced to 28 after 5 of the accused were freed. Smith was expected back in court and the matter resumes on September 19, following the adjournment in July. Smith, otherwise known as Bolo, was answering to charges related to a 2017 double murder and to membership of a criminal organization. On Thursday, Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, commanding officer for the St. Andrew South Police Division, said that Smith was shot about 9:10 p.m. on Wednesday at the intersection of Hagley Park Road and Keysing Avenue in the corporate area. He said the accused gangster was driving a Nissan 80 wagon motor car along Hagley Park Road when men traveling on a motorcycle drove up and shot him before driving away. He said Smith succumbed to his wounds at hospital. The police say they are trying to determine whether the attack which took Smith's life came from his St. Catherine community. It's early days yet. We're trying to do the victimology. There's information as to who he was. He is originally from the Spanish Town area, so we are coordinating with investigators on the Spanish Town side to see if the attack is originating from St. Catherine North. We are exploring all avenues, Superintendent Ricketts said. Smith's attorney Alexander Shaw, who also presents another 2 accused in the matter, described the murder as sad. Shaw said it was his understanding that Smith was heading home from work when he was shot. It's sad because the young man was pretty much trying to change his life. He got a new job, started working while the case was going on, and pretty much was trying to stay on the straight and narrow road. He was the only one on bail. The case against him was so weak, he was bound to be acquitted, the attorney said. Body with head partially severed found in St. Catherine. The body of a man with its head partially severed was found in a stolen car at Hill Run in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Thursday. Police have listed the man as unidentified, but an envelope containing certified passport-size photographs bearing his image and a name was removed from the car. The deceased is of dark complexion, slim build, about 6 feet tall, early to mid-30s, and sported dreadlock hairstyle. He was clad in a black shirt, bluish jeans, and blue underwear. Police reported that residents saw a white Nissan 80 wagon along a dirt track road with the front windows down and a male body wrapped in a blue sheet inside the trunk. The police were summoned. On arrival of the police, it was discovered that the head was partially severed and there was what appeared to be a gunshot wound to the right side of the face. The body was removed to the morgue. The motor vehicle was reported stolen on August 1, 2022. It was brought to the Spanish Town police station for safekeeping and further processing. Donnelly's uncle angered at court's decision to grant Maitland a bail hearing. Neil Logg, the uncle of Donnelly Donaldson, could hardly hide his anger as he lashed out at the justice system for granting murder-accused Scott Noel Maitland a bail hearing. Maitland, who appeared before a judge at the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court today to answer to the murder charge against him in connection to Donaldson's disappearance, was given an August 22 date to make another appearance. At that time, Christopher Townsend, the attorney representing Maitland, will be applying for the constable to be granted bail. Logg said that he was angry at the lack of information given to the family regarding court proceedings, highlighting that they learned of Maitland's court date through the media. There was a mix-up in the date Maitland was set to make his first court appearance since being charged for murder. It was first reported that the constable was to make an appearance in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday, but when family members, protesters, and media personnel turned up to the hearing, they were told that the date was set for Friday and not Thursday as reported. Teen shot in Seaview Gardens, Indicom probing matter. A 15-year-old boy on holiday from the United States of America was shot and injured during an operation by the security forces in Seaview Gardens on Wednesday. The teenager and aspiring footballer who lives in the Bronx, New York, was shot in the leg and hospitalized. A big-time foolishness a gwan, because the little youth hear gunshot a fire and run because him scared, and the security forces them see him run a fire shot in him leg. He was unarmed, him never involved. Him don't play football and go shop go buy a bag juice and him shoot him because him hear shot and a run. Dancehall artist juggler, who is the boy's uncle, said. Doctors performed surgery on the teen as the bone in his leg was shattered. We demand a full and thorough investigation, an upset juggler said. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom was informed, attended, and began investigating the shooting injury of the 15-year-old male student. The full circumstances regarding the shooting and injury are being determined by the Commission's investigation. The security forces report an engagement with at least one, possibly two males, one of whom is reported as allegedly pointing a gun at the members of the security forces. It is reported that of the responding officers, no JDF officer fired their weapon, but one policeman fired his weapon during the incident. No weapon was reported to Indicom investigators has been recovered from the scene. Indicom is now urging the corporation of people who may have witnessed the incident to share any information, photos or video footage to the Commission's WhatsApp line at 876-553-5555. Mechanic shot dead in front of his house in Westmoreland. A mechanic was gunned down on the roadway in front of his house in Williamsfield, Westmoreland on Wednesday night. The deceased has been identified as 46-year-old Headley Malcolm, otherwise called Blacker. Malcolm also doubled as a taxi operator. Reports from the Witon police are that about 9:30 p.m., Malcolm was standing at the side of the road outside his house when a Toyota Axle motorcar drove up and occupants opened gunfire at him. He was taken to the Savlamar Public General Hospital by relatives, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing, the police said. Another man charged with Cobb's murder. Detectives assigned to the Major Investigations Division have arrested and charged a man with the murder of Constable Jermaine Brown, who was killed in Johnson Pen, Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Friday, July 19. 29-year-old Ramon Powell, otherwise called Trigger, a tile of Johnson Pen Road in the parish, was charged on Thursday with the murder of the constable after he was positively pointed out in an identification parade. Reports are that Johnson went to the Johnson Pen community in his private motor car about 4:50 p.m. when gunmen attacked him and shot him several times. He died on the spot. Powell's accomplice, 19-year-old Giovanni Finlay, otherwise called Joe, of Kitson Town, St. Catherine, was previously charged on Friday, August 5, with the murder of Constable Brown. Jamaican gets 11 years for smuggling cocaine into Cayman in can of cheese. A Jamaican man has been sentenced to 11 years in the Cayman Islands after he was fingered as the main player behind a failed attempt to smuggle 22 ounces of cocaine in a can of cheese in 2020. Andre Kane, 35, a resident of Rockhole in Georgetown, was arrested in April 2020. According to media reports, court documents show that during routine inspection on April 20, 2020, at the Owen Roberts International Airport in Cayman, Customs and Border Control, CBC officers came across the can of cheese in the luggage of 30-year-old O'Dane Davis, who had arrived in the Cayman Islands on a flight from Kingston, Jamaica. The officer became suspicious of the weight of the can of cheese, and following consultations with his colleagues, Davis and the cheese were taken to a CBC room. While nothing suspicious was found after a search of Davis, the can of cheese was found to contain a white substance wrapped in a clear plastic resembling cocaine, covered with a thin layer of cheese, the report said. The substance was confirmed to be 22 ounces of cocaine. When questioned, Davis told officers that he had carried the suitcase on the request of a friend he identified as Joseph Kane, who is also Jamaican. The latter was subsequently arrested. Joseph, while being questioned, denied knowledge of the substance and suggested that he asked Davis to bring the suitcase as a favor for his cousin Andre Kane. The latter, upon his arrest, also denied any knowledge of the substance contained in the tin of cheese. The three were subsequently charged. They faced trial in the Grand Court in January this year, during which Andre Kane was found guilty of 2 counts of importation of a controlled drug. His cousin, Joseph, and Davis were acquitted of the charges by the jury. The report said that Kane was sentenced to 11 years, but it was reduced by 114 days due to the time he spent in custody and on wearing an electronic monitor tag. 3 more COVID-19 deaths, 158 new cases. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 158 new COVID-19 cases on Thursday, August 11, bringing the infection total to 147,725. 3 deaths were reported, bringing the total to 3,219. The new cases comprised 94 females and 64 males, with ages ranging from 5 months to 108 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 42, St. James 15, St. Mary, Hanover and St. Thomas 1 each, Manchester and Westmoreland 12 each, St. Catherine 25, Clarendon 11, St. Anne 24, Trelawney and St. Elizabeth 7 each, Portland was the only parish to report 0 cases. The deceased are a 51-year-old female from St. Catherine who died in September 2021, a 64-year-old male from St. James who died in October 2021, and a 48-year-old male from St. Catherine who died in November 2021. There were 92 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 94,909 currently. 125 people are hospitalized, 18 of whom are moderately ill, 4 severely ill, and 3 critically ill. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 23.6%. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.